Another episode of 10 Minutes with previewing World's Strongest Man, this time with the unequivocally most experienced World's Strongest Man competitor, absolute legend of the sport, Mark Felix. Hello, Mark. How are we?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic and very happy to be speaking to you. Genuinely very happy because this is World's Strongest Man number 18, right?
Number 18, yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now, if we think, is it also 18 in a row?
No, I missed a couple years because of injury, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. 18 is crazy. So if you didn't get injured, it's possible that this could have been like 20 or something.
Yeah, definitely. I would. Yeah.
Wow, that's mental. Talk to me generally speaking, because I'd be one of the newest guys to the sport, and obviously you're one of the most experienced. What have you noticed has changed the most over the last 18 years of World's Strongest Man?
The guys these days they're more into it, they're more sportsman-like. The training completely changed. Training have a lot to do with it. A lot of those guys they have like loads of like personal training now.
Mm-hmm.
So guys don't have to learn the hard way anymore. They just go straight in with personal trainers and stuff so they could just progress faster.
Yeah. Now it's interesting. You said sportsmanship was very different 18 years ago.
Well, yeah, those guys was good, but these guys these days they're just awesome. They're just willing to help with you so much these days. It's just
That's
always a
yeah. Because a lot of people, myself included, would say that's one of the nicest things about the sport. But it's interesting that it hasn't always been that way.
Well, it's been that way just very little, but not as good as it is now.
Yeah. Okay, wow. So 18 years. This is last World's Strongest Man. Forgive me if you've said this already, but is this last strongman comp, or will you continue doing
No,
more?
it's not a last strongman comp. World's Strongest Man appearances.
Okay, but you're still going to keep going with all the other stuff.
Yes, I'm still going to keep going. I'll be doing the Giants Live, and I'm also going to be doing like the Masters and stuff like that.
Yeah, right. Okay, that comes to a more interesting conversation because you're 56 right now.
Yeah, I'm 56. I'll be 57 next month.
Do you think you're going to be doing professional strongman at 60 years old?
Well, based on how I'm feeling right now, I think I could. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like even today, I just did 10 reps with a 160 stone.
Yeah,
and
right.
it was pretty easy.
It's so funny because I saw obviously the highlights from OSG where you were in the over 50 category this year, right?
Yes, I was.
And do you remember what the final stone was in the stone run at OSG?
I can't remember on top. I think like 170 kilogram.
Yeah, it wasn't much heavier than what you did for a set of 10 today, hey?
No.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And everything feel good, right? I'm still feeling strong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still fit, so I'm just feeling great.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, I come from the sort of scientific background of recovery and all of that, but obviously you've gone through everything possible to make sure that your body can stay healthy for a long time. What are some of the stuff that the things that you've done that you attribute most to how you've been able to do this for so long?
Well, I think listening to your body, listen to your body play a very key part in what I do so long. Also, my training changed a lot, and I do a lot of mobility and also a lot of stretching before even going to lifting heavy weights. So kind of getting myself ready because I'm older. I need to like even warm up more a lot.
Yeah.
And do more mobility training, and then just eating well and don't party too much.
Yeah, see, we're not that dissimilar. You don't talk about ice baths or saunas or massage or acupuncture. Do you do any of that stuff?
Yes, my physio. Well, even one of my friends, she's a physio, and she helped me out a lot. So loads of massage, and every time I go to train, she's there with me. So I cannot even treat when I'm training. She's there.
Huh.
If I'm doing it wrong, she will let me know I'm doing it wrong.
Like so she's literally your physio is with you during your sessions.
During all my session, my physio is with me. So I'm doing it right.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. And
Yeah.
are you coached at the moment? You're talking about listening to your body. Do you have a coach helping you?
Well, I always listen to my voice since growing up as a kid. It's just like you know when to like go flat and you know when to hold back based on how you feel.
Yeah,
I mean, if you feel like if there's different type of pain, there's pain where we feel like if you could pull something and really get hurt,
yeah.
and then there's pain where you could push it, you could get away with it.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I talk about that a lot as well. And a lot of people, when they talk about listening to their body, they talk about if they can have a hard training day or a hard training week. But sometimes that listening to your body is a split second. Should I do a fourth rep or just leave it at 3 and really basic stuff?
Yeah,
Now, does Shane coach you? I know you've done work with him before.
yeah. Shane coached me. Yeah, he's been coaching me for a couple of years now,
Yeah,
and I think he's very good. Is Shane? I think he's one of the best strongman coach out there. I
yeah,
mean, there is certain stuff that you give me, and I was like, I think Shane forget I'm a strongman. But the thing about it, I stick with it,
yeah,
and it's benefit me a lot. And sticking with those events, even though it's completely different to what you used to, you just have to stick with it, and
yeah.
you're gonna see the result.
Yeah, for sure. Now,
Yeah.
I find when coaching older athletes who know their body really well, it's almost a collaboration as much as giving you something. Do you find that that's how it is with Shane, or does he pretty much know what you need?
I think you know what I need. I mean, even from my show, I think he like training me as well because I give him plenty of feedback. Is Shane, so I tell him about my training, how I feel with this. So he also listening to me as well, and he give me training. So he do a lot of research, and he's very good with training me. I mean, and other athletes. I mean, even though I'm older, I think what he do for me is help a lot. For me, my squat went up. Even my york. I mean, if you look at my york for the past couple of years, he's been training me. Even though I'm getting older, my york been getting very good.
Yeah.
And my shoulder was in pieces. Now there's no pain in my shoulder. Even give me loads of different exercise for my shoulder. My shoulder's feeling great right now. There's no pain there.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now let's talk World's Strongest Man this year a little bit. I've heard you say we're making the finals and then you're going to ride off into the sunset. Is that your expectation?
Well, I would like to make the final. It's always something to aim for. Get into the final and then you're gonna just step up. But the thing with me, competing for so long, I just want to go till it's finished. You
Yeah.
know, I doesn't just want to go and just say as long as I get into the final. If I get into the final, then I want to place as high as I can. So I'm
Yeah.
going to just fight all the way.
Something tells me if we see Mark Felix in the final, we're probably seeing Mark Felix in 2024 as well. You'll just it'll be hard to give up. Um, Mate, that is really good. It's really cool to be a part of your last one. Now, you say you're going to keep going in terms of other competitions until the wheels fall off, sort of. What does that look like to you? Because you've battled back from significant injury in the past. If you had a significant injury right now, would you just train back to being healthy, or would you try and get back to the top?
Well, if I get injured right now, I'm going to just look at it and I might just train back to being healthy. But I will always train. I will keep training. I wouldn't give up training because I get injured and stuff. You could walk around injuries. So I will just see how it goes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
right now, there's no ache, there's no discomfort in my body right now. So I will just see how it's going. I'll just play it by ear.
Yeah, it's so cool. And I love using you as a reference when people ask me if I'm nervous about my body being in shambles when I'm 40 or 50, and you go, look at Mark. Maybe not. Now, the heats events, let's talk about those really quick. And then I'm going to ask you just a couple of general questions. So, heat events, we've got the loading medley, and you're pretty decent at loading medley, yeah?
Yes, I've been working on it. I've been doing a lot of work on it. Yes.
Tell me how different it is. I assume you've done this in sand at least once before.
I've done it in sand before in 2008. I've done it in sand.
Yeah.
Uh,
Remember, what would your best tip be for a guy like me who's never done it in sand before? Is it that much different?
What is that the most different? I mean, you have, well, I compete with Marius Poznowski before. You know Marius.
Yeah, yeah.
One time we went to a show in Poland, and everybody is like going and on about the sun. And then when it's his turn, he just pick up the sack and the barrel whatever, the medley, and he just run like if there was no sun.
Right.
And that's what you have to think about. Forget about the sun. You just have to go flat out for it.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Then we have the deadlift with the barrels coming in.
Yeah.
Do you like that one?
I do like that one. I think only once I ever get beaten in those ones.
Right.
And I think that was the last time they had it in for that machine. Yeah. But I'm looking forward for it this year. I mean, I did the last time I lost in it. I did change my stand a bit, but I'm gonna go back to my original stand.
Yeah. Are you willing to give us the secret there? What the stance is?
Well, all the previous week, well, people have deadlift different, but for me, I find on the bars I have to go a bit wider rather than narrow with the bar. That's me.
Good.
That's how I have to do my bar. I mean, if you look at previous from even 2006, I was very wide on the bar. And all the years after that, I've been very wide. But last time I did my bar, I went a bit narrow and I just couldn't get my hip in as
Yeah.
I should.
There are some of the most iconic videos of you with that like big wide stance doing reps on like a car deadlift. And
Yeah.
I've seen more than one of you and someone else. And that's like, do you prefer the hinge? I know you've always been a great deadlifter, but do you prefer when it's hinged like the barrel or the car?
Yeah, I prefer. Yeah, I feel like if I could get my leg in a lot better and my leg and hip in better with those ones. Like even side handles, if you give me a side handles, I could just keep going and going with the side handles
Yeah.
because I could just use my leg and just drive it through with those ones.
Yeah. I always think like I've seen an event, I'm sure you're in it, where it was a side handle hold with straps. And I'm thinking like I'm not sure what gives out there first, if your shoulders come out of the sockets or
Well, to be honest, that's doing side handles with straps is not my favorite event
yeah.
because I mean some guys just go and go and go and you think, oh, if you're going after, you're gonna have to keep going as well. I mean, I think it's just a lot on your body when you're using straps to do them like a whole event.
Let's be honest, you just don't like straps because then you can't use your hands. You can't your biggest advantage.
Well,
Okay. Next event we've got the log ladder. Now you said your shoulder feels 100% now, right?
it's 100%, yeah.
Cool. So log ladder very well could get through at least a few of those logs, yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Cool.
At least with the log, I think I will get a rep. So there wouldn't be no points there for me. Usually with a lot of overhead, I get no points.
Yeah.
Because the starting weight. But I think this year I will definitely have at least a point or two.
Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to say what the starting weight is, but I think we can say 100% guarantee you will get the start weight. Yeah. Cool. Then we have those the kettlebell toss, which is a bit different, but you've done that before as well, right?
Yes, I've done the kettlebell toss before. I think it's a lot easier than SAP. Okay. It's more steady. So I think I'm looking forward to the kettlebell toss. It's gonna be a big event here.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Well, you certainly have the advantage of every single one of these events you can draw on that you've literally done them all before. But I think, Mark, we're all going to be really stoked to have you there and be a part of Strongman history, because I talk a lot. 3 years ago, I didn't really follow Strongman that much, but there's a couple of people I knew, and Mark, Brian Shaw was one of them.
Yeah.
Or was another, and Mark Felix was the other. And there's something about you that's just so iconic, and you've done it in such a humble way, and huge respect for you, and feel very lucky to be a part of your last one.
Okay. Yeah.
I have one last question for you, and then I'm going to let you go. Generally speaking, what does it mean to you to be strong?
Oh, it's mean a lot to be strong. I mean, it's in my blood. You know, just growing up from a kid, I used to always lift heavy stuff. Just growing up, since I'm a little boy, always, because growing up we used to do a lot of manual labor.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is manual from. I mean, we have cows and sugar cane. From carrying sugar cane on your head or your shoulder to cutting grass and carry it on your head to you know, carrying wood and whatever on your head and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's something that you have to be strong. So I've always been strong since growing up as a kid. I mean, I went to one of them, the foot specialist the other day, because under my foot was hurting me a bit. So and then he had a look at my Achilles tendon, and it was like, I've never seen a Achilles tendon that big. I mean, the muscle is just like this. So since growing up, I always work hard. I always want to be strong,
Yeah.
and just carry on.
Yeah, fantastic. That's really good. Well, Mark, we got 4 weeks until, well, 3.5 weeks until World's Strongest Man starts. Stay healthy, keep training hard. Keen to have you out there, and yeah, very lucky to be a part of your last one.
Oh, thank you, man. It's good to speak to you, and hope to see you soon.
We'll catch you soon. Later, Mark.
Okay, man. All right, cool.